Hi guys, what's up? You're here with Arneen yet again. Welcome back. Today is going to be a little bit of a different video. So I have been keeping my eye on the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation for quite a few weeks now. There's been this massive hype in the beauty community and in the beauty blogging stratosphere about double wear. So I've been a little bit on the fence about whether or not to go out and really invest in the product because it is pretty pricey. Obviously Estee Lauder is a luxury high-end brand, something that I wouldn't normally go out and gravitate towards unless I had an incentive to do so. I went and got matched yesterday at my local counter, and I was matched in the shade Cashew in Double Wear foundation. I've got the sample here, so I thought, why not sit down and film a first impressions. Okay, so like I said, I got matched to the shade in Cashew, which is a yellow based medium beige. Whoa, this stuff is runny. Like even in the tub it's like really runny. Gosh, I'm kind of scared. I don't want to like tip this over. Like look at that. I didn't even tilt my hand and it started running down. I guess that's a good sign. It usually means that a foundation is likely to spread really nicely, give you good coverage, which this obviously claims to do. Jesus, look. I didn't even do anything. I didn't even do anything. Oh my gosh. Also, the packaging does not come with a pump, so just FYI. It comes out very orangey actually, and I don't own a foundation that's this orangey. The closest one that's to the shade that I have is what's it called, the Revlon Nearly Naked foundation in Toast. I even felt like that was a stretch. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm using the Real Techniques multitask brush. I feel like this one would just spread the foundation, like application wise it would be a lot easier to apply with this. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to use the blotting technique because I want to see how much is actually going on my face. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the foundation on one side of my face just so you guys can see a comparison. It just has that typical like foundation scent, like a really, I don't know, long wearing kind of a foundation. It smells like paint, so I'm not a fan of the smell, but I'm going to work with this really quickly. It's not supposed to oxidize. That's a claim that it's not supposed to oxidize on the face. I'm just looking at the viewfinder to check that I'm in focus. I'm just going to grab a mirror really quickly. Wow, this is so orange. Oh, alright, here we go. I hopefully want to get a nice airbrush look with this foundation, so I just figured this brush would be the best one to use. I guess we will see. I've already got scarring all down my cheekbone, so I don't think anyone will fully understand how freaking nervous I am to use this foundation. It applies like very nicely. It blends in really nicely. Ow. So far it's got really great coverage. Like it cancelled out all the pinkiness in my cheeks, which is awesome. I wonder how funny I look with like half of my face done. I want to get some down my neck, so I'm just applying one layer down there. So we'll see if we can get a good match down here as well. I've just blotted it because it's just like, honestly, a little bit of product seems to go a long way with this. It's got really, really good coverage as far as I'm seeing. Blends really nicely down the neck too. I had a bunch of like, well, like where my neck folds are, I had a bunch of like darkness. If you've got like brown skin, you'll know this. It's like a cultural difference. Wherever you have skin folds, instead of translucent skin or like redness, we just have darker patches. and it's just blended down the neck like flawlessly. Like, that is amazing, that coverage down the neck. Like, that looks so smooth. I blotted it once and the product went on just the tip of the brush, not even like the whole surface area of the brush. That is really impressive. I'm just going to go under the eyes. This is a really sensitive area, so I don't really know how much to expect, but we'll see. Same brush, just going to sweep it gently under. See how much coverage it gives. Alright guys, so this is it. I look so freaky, oh my god. I look like I'm going to go to a circus. This half I've got double wear, this half I've got nothing. This half looks considerably, you know, warmer with like a reddish undertone. That's my natural skin, I guess, compared to the shade. So I've taken it from half of my face just so you guys can see the difference in coverage. This is one layer across my whole face. I did dab extra around the eye area, the crevice of my nose, and just around the mouth area, because those are the areas that didn't get the foundation when I was first going over with my brush. But this is all, in totality, this is all one layer. In terms of like under the eye area, it's covered pretty well without a concealer. It's covered the kind of darkness around the mouth area pretty well, at least better than any other foundation that I own. I think I'm most impressed with the coverage down here, because there is acne scarring, and within the folds of the skin there is darkness, and it's like, I didn't even apply as much as I applied to my face down here, and it's covered up all of it. Like, it's just covered up all of it. It's covered up the scarring. Obviously you can see a tiny bit of the dots, but most of the scarring is covered, which I'm very, very impressed with. Even though I look really scary and hideous, it doesn't seem to have set completely. I think I might just give it like a couple of more minutes. I didn't apply this with a buffing brush because I just wanted it to be a lot smoother. I find that sometimes with my buffing brush there are certain areas which are more like concentrated. One thing I do have to say, right, that I've noticed right off the bat is that if you have not plucked your eyebrows, it's going to show up a lot more with a foundation like this because it's so smooth. You can see like my monobrow hairs, like they're poking out. My hair's down here, which I still need to pluck, they're poking out. So I guess you'd want to make sure that your face is nicely groomed before you apply something like this. But I mean, I would assume that you'd want to anyway, especially if you want to go for that kind of airbrushed look. Okay guys, so the foundation has now completely set. I've given it a good couple of minutes, and I feel like it's completely set now. And there isn't too much of a difference. As far as oxidization goes, I think it's oxidized just slightly around the cheek area, but I can't really tell if that's oxidization or just my kind of reddy undertones coming through on my cheek area. I think it just might be my, you know, reddy undertones, because mind you, this is just one layer. And usually when my foundation does oxidize, it gets the worst around the jawline and in the forehead area, so the kind of driest patches of my skin. So far there's no oxidization down the neck, there's none in the jawline, there's none in the cheekbone area, and there's zero in the forehead region, which is obviously a very good thing. So obviously you can see, just compared to like this side of my face, just the smoothness and the coverage and just the cancelling of like dark patches and pinkiness, which is good now that the foundation has set. It's very matte, but it's not, so far it doesn't feel very heavy. It doesn't feel very heavy on the skin yet. My skin still feels like it's getting air, and it still feels like it's exposed to oxygen. Basically what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't feel like anything's really clogged up yet or like blocked off. I'm not getting that full foundation feel just yet, which is a very good thing. I was contemplating whether or not just to leave half my face and just keep coming back to show you guys like how it looks like during the day compared to the side of my face, but the fact that I look scary, hideous and atrocious right now is kind of playing on my mind a little bit. Also, I do have another video to film. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my full face, and I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on, and then I'm going to keep coming back throughout the day within the space of a few hours or so, and show you guys what this looks like. It's supposed to be long lasting, approximately 15 hours, so I'm going to test that out today, and I'm going to let you guys know how we get on. If in future though you do want me to look like a, I don't know, mime slash tribe woman, and you do want me to do just half my face and come back and show you guys, let me know, because I feel like that could be useful too. Yeah. Here's what it looks like with the double wear all over my face. I'm going to go and wash the back of my hands, do the rest of my face, finish up, and then come back and check in with you guys. So I'll speak to you guys in a little bit. Hi guys, so I'm just sitting down. I am in the bathroom, so I just thought I would show you guys a little bit of an update. It is dark now. It's been about 4 hours since I have applied the foundation, and it is looking pretty good so far. No problems. I remember I told you guys that I sort of felt like my skin could still breathe. The good thing is that that's still the case. Like, I'm inside my house, it's warm inside my house, but I can still kind of feel the oxygen and the air like against my skin, which is really good. The only area that I feel like it may have kind of clogged up, where I kind of feel like a blockage or like there might be something a little bit heavier on my face, is just underneath the lip area, just down here. So after 4 hours, the wear is still really great. Mind you, I didn't really do much. I did walk around for a little bit, and I did, you know, I've been sitting down, so I guess the real test will be probably in about another 3 or 4 hours time, after I've gone out to dinner, come back, and I've been out in the wind and the cold for a little bit, and we'll see how much wear and tear the foundation has done. So far so good. The coverage is excellent. It's staying on, so the lasting power so far has been really good. I'm trying not to touch my face, but it has set, so when I'm touching my face it's not sticky at all. One thing about it though is that once it's completely dried up, you can actually see here, you can notice bumps a lot more. These aren't new ones, but they're just ones that were there kind of before. They're just like, you know, like more obvious now. So it does cover bumps really well on the cheeks, but in the sort of drier areas like my forehead, it actually kind of makes them a little bit more obvious. Just down here in my neck, because I've been sitting down, it's kind of, I don't know, it's very smooth on this side, but it's kind of started creasing towards the middle just a little bit. It's really not noticeable, but it's just where I kind of there, and I don't know how much you can see, but it's just creased up around like the middle section right here in the forehead, just where the eyebrows are, just there. It's like sort of creased up, and just kind of on the crevice of the nose, so just these folds here. It's dried up a little bit and hardened up, so it's kind of looking a little bit cakey, but it's just around that area and in the middle there. The rest of the face looks fine. It doesn't feel itchy, it doesn't really feel too heavy, especially my forehead, which I'm really surprised about. Like, my forehead doesn't feel like it has any makeup on it at like whatsoever. It's getting the most air so far, so it's very interesting. Alright guys, so this is the last update that I'm going to do before I go ahead and take all this off. Yeah, so far so good. Like I said, longevity is awesome. It has creased up a little bit. I don't really feel any rashes coming on, except I'm starting to get itchy on the bottom, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that straight off. There haven't really been, I don't know, too many advances except hardening and kind of creasing in certain areas, but apart from that, the foundation looks pretty good. I would say it's still on my face. One thing that I've noticed about this is that when you apply blush or bronzer, it really sticks. So you can still see more bronzer there. So I'm pretty happy with it. And with that, I'm going to go and take all of this off. And yeah.
Mm.